Thank you so much, and welcome to the Grand Rapids Tuba Christmas. Every year we get together, we rehearse for about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, and then we perform for you right there. So everything that you hear this afternoon is the product of from about 1 o'clock until right now. And we're so pleased that you're here. Thank you for joining us. Please tell all your friends about Tuba Christmas. So first, of course, was Adeste Fidelis, or O Come All Ye Faithful. That was Deck the Halls. And for our third turn, we'd like to share to you a chorale by Bach, which is from his Christmas oratorio. This is not something that most people would recognize as Christmas music, but it was definitely intended as that. And this was a chorale from his Christmas oratorio for the Feast of the Epiphany. Tuba Christmas was started, gosh, I should know the number. It's in the 42 years ago, in memory of, I'm not sure if it was in honor or in memory, I think he had just passed away, of Bill Bell, who was one of the preeminent tuba teachers of the middle of the last century. And Bill Bell influenced virtually every tuba and euphonium player to come after him, either by directly teaching them or teaching someone who taught someone who taught someone else. It becomes almost a family tree, and it can almost always be traced somewhere back to Bill Bell. He's always in there, at least a little bit. And so it was created in honor of Bill Bell. To use myself as an example, just because I happen to know my own story, I took lessons with Mr. Whaley, who's the tuba professor at Western for many, many years. He had for a time been a student of Bill Bell. I never had the privilege to meet Mr. Bell, but my teacher had studied directly with Bill Bell. And if we were to do that with everyone up here and follow that family tree back, somehow we would find Bill Bell in there. So every year we gather in memory of Bill Bell. It's also now in memory of Harvey Phillips, who created Tuba Christmas and was the tuba professor at IU for many, many years. He passed away a few years ago as well. And so both Harvey Phillips and Bill Bell have been very influential in it. We gather, at least in part, in their memory, as well as it's just fun to get us all together and play. Tuba Christmases happen all across the country. Virtually anywhere you are, you can find within a 30-minute drive, maybe an hour drive, a Tuba Christmas. And just in Michigan, there are 2 in Kalamazoo, 2 in Detroit, Howell, Jackson. There's at least 1 in the Upper Peninsula. Was it Engadine? Engadine. Thank you. Karen, where else? Battle Creek.
Kalamazoo has one, New Year's Eve.
Yeah, there are several of them, and some people travel all around the state, and occasionally we even get people who are traveling around the country going to a whole bunch of Tuba Christmases. One of our members, this is his third Tuba Christmas this weekend. So, one of my wife's favorite lines from a movie called Serendipity is, "That's a lot of tuba." That's a lot of tuba, 3 in a weekend. That's awesome. I'm a little jealous. Please encourage your friends who might also play tuba. This is for you as well as those of you behind me. Bring your friends. We can never have too many. So now that those of you who it's your first time here, you know what a cool thing this is. Please bring your friends next year. It's a very cool event, and we try to always make it a lot of fun, and I know I always have a lot of fun. So any level, middle school, high school, college, adults who maybe have not played in a long time but would like to pick up their horn again. Is there anyone, I didn't ask this in rehearsal, is there anyone here who took a break from playing their horn and maybe didn't play for a number of years and then came back to it? Can you stick your hand way up high? Lots and lots of people. And I think it's important that we point that out and that we recognize it. High school doesn't have to be the end of your playing, or college. There are lots of people who put an instrument down and pick it back up later on. And so let's give a hand to those folks up there who have done that. And if any of you are thinking about doing that, but thinking, oh no, I don't think I can do it, give it a shot. You'll have a lot of fun once you do it. The hardest part is picking it back up. I can't tell you how many people I know who for years and years and years have thought about it, have wished they had done it, wished they had the courage to pick it up again, and then when they finally did it, said, oh man, I should have done that years ago. We have a lot of different shapes of metal up here, and there's a lot of it too. We have euphoniums, which are sometimes called baritones or baritone horns. Those are the small ones. And most of those are in concert pitch. When they read a B flat, it plays a B flat. Some of them read treble clef, just like trumpets and clarinets do. We also have tubas in several different keys up here. We have mostly B flat tubas. B flat tubas, pick up your horns a little bit. We have a few C tubas, and those tubas are about 2 feet shorter, so they make a higher sound. Do we have any E flat tubas? No E flat or F tubas? There's an F tuba. That's what we call a small tuba. And we all come together and read the same music. And tuba players do something different that most other instruments don't do. We have to learn to readjust our fingers when we play a tuba in a new key. So a B-flat tuba reads the same music as a C tuba, reads the same music as our F tuba. We have to adjust the fingerings. When a clarinet player moves from one clarinet to another clarinet, they read different music, and the composer does the transposing for them. So we as tuba players have to do that ourselves. That's just because the tuba is a relatively newer instrument. I don't know that I introduced myself. I'm Matt Palmieri. I teach middle school band at 2 Catholic middle schools in Grand Rapids. And one of the things that's important to me as a music teacher is when we do something like this, I think it's important that it not be just me who's having fun conducting in front of the group, but I want to share that because that's such a cool thing to get to do. And it can be a very good learning experience both for the person conducting and also for an ensemble. We're about to have John conduct Lo, How a Rose Ere Blooming, and John is a choir director, and so it's a special treat for us to get to have a choir director stand in front of us. It's a different way of experiencing the music, so we're very grateful for John to conduct Lo, How a Rose Ere Blooming. Next we have Catherine, and she's going to do Hark the Herald Angels Sing. I get to show up once every year and just lead the music. I just get to conduct these guys. I don't have to do any of the organizational stuff in terms of getting the church ready, setting up all of the books and the buttons, and setting everything up to make this happen. Karen Dunham takes care of all of that, which is wonderful, and she does a very nice job of it. Let's give her a hand.
I have some demographics for you. We have a wide variety of folks playing tubas and baritones up here. We have 5 players who are 12 years old. Could you folks stand up? That's the future of music right there. And here we have some history of music. We have someone who admitted to being 72. 72? Yay. We had a little wrestling match over who came the furthest. Royal Oak, that's the fellow who played 3 this weekend. He's actually a percussionist, and he started playing baritone last year so he could join in on the fun. East Jordan, he played in Engadine yesterday or the day before. Aurora, Illinois, and Armado, which is over in St. Clair County, Warren area of Michigan. So give those folks a hand, the Road Warriors. I've always ordered 50 badges, and this year I ran out. Usually I get 40 people, but this year I have about 52 players. And I ordered 15 of the green bass clef books. I ran out of those. Because of all these first-timers. First-timers, get your horns in the air. First time Tuba Christmas, wave at us, yeah. And we have some groups. We have practically the whole low brass section from Northview High School, including the band director. Northview. We have Wyoming High School, a couple people from there. Yay. West Ottawa. Come on, you can lift it. Lansing folks. Folks from Rockford High School. Folks from Fremont. Matt mentioned unique horns. We have tubas, baritones, no sousaphones this year. That's the marching tuba. They couldn't make it. Their shoulders are tired. We have a unique horn. Bill, could you hold up that E-flat horn? Yay, that's an E-flat alto horn. And it was actually here a few years ago under its previous owner, whose name was Art Covert. When Art realized he was very sick, he sold off all his horns, and Bill bought his horn, including the cute little bell decorations. So although Art is no longer here to play with us, his horn still comes to Tuba Christmas. And I can't thank Matt enough. He's directed us for about 3 years now, and it's so fabulous to have a real tuba player who directs us and knows how to direct and knows how to get a group like this, a motley crew together and make us sound good. You might have noticed somebody was directing and we did a cutoff and there was silence. There was a rest. That took some watching and work on that. So thanks again to Matt.
One of Bill Bell's favorite pieces of music was a Bach song that was originally for solo voice with accompaniment called Komm süßer Tag. My German's not great, but that's close, which translates as Come Sweet Death. And at first that seems like a strange thing to include on a Christmas program. If you look up the original words, it talks about having lived a full and joyous life, and being satisfied with all of the hard work that you have done to help those around you and for God, and not wanting to leave the earth, but being ready to meet God. And that's what Come Sweet Death means. And so this is a 4-part arrangement of that Bach song. This was one of Bill Bell's favorite pieces of music, and it's not played at every Tuba Christmas, but I think it's important that we include it because it's such a beautiful piece of music. Tuba and euphonium players so often end up playing parts in band that are frankly kind of boring. Boom, 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 boom. If I had a nickel for every oompa I played, I'd be a very, very rich man. So would all of them. One of the fun things about playing in a group like this is we all get the melody, at least a little bit, and you'll hear that melody passed around in Jingle Bells. But we're not quite satisfied with just that. So we take one of the few times that we do get the melody in the low brass in a famous march. This is the National Emblem March. And you'll hear Jingle Bells go into that low brass melody from the National Emblem, which, by the way, is based on our national anthem. The melody for National Emblem is the melody to the national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner, but it's forced to fit into 4/4 time instead of 3/4 time. And so the melody may sound, even if you're not familiar with the march, it may sound kind of familiar, but not quite. That's why. It's part of the Star-Spangled Banner forced into 4/4 time. We're going to end with "We Wish You a Merry Christmas," which we do very heartily. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. It's been a pleasure to share our tuba and euphonium music with you. It's always a joy to get to see old friends who we haven't seen in a while and to meet new friends. The thing that we share, playing these great big strange instruments, makes us very fast friends, very quick friends, and we meet each other and it's like we've known each other for a long time. So it's always fun to meet each other. If you happen to play tuba or euphonium, please come join us next year. It's a lot of fun. Even if you haven't played in a long time, pick up that horn and come and join us. An easy way to practice is to look up some recordings on YouTube. I know that we have our recording from last year up there, and there are many other tuba Christmases across the country that have recordings very easy to find like that. And if you're thinking, oh, that would be fun, but I don't know if I'm comfortable playing, look up some of those recordings and play along with those, and then come join us, please. So from all of us to you, thank you for coming, and Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Tuba Christmas and a happy new